morning, Sam. It is Monday, February 21st, 2021. This past week has been good for me. Like, really good. I'm getting started on a couple of really big projects, including a rom-com that I'm making right now that I'm super excited about. We started shooting on Saturday, and it was so much fun to be back on set again. For the entirety of last semester, I didn't have a chance to actually work on a film set, and doing that was just awesome. Of course, 1,000 things went wrong, and who knows if we're gonna actually be able to use the footage, but it felt so fun to be directing people again, and to be telling stories, and hopefully to be a little bit better than I was last time at making a film. Now, let me interject this by saying, as good as my last week has been, there was a minor hiccup. Sam, as you know, Ruth, my car, Ruth, may have finally bit the dust. You see, after my freshman year, I was convinced that I needed to buy a car. I needed to own a vehicle in order to travel both between school and home and also around the area. I needed to be mobile. I needed to be independent. I needed to own a car. In my head, I decided I would pay $2,000 for a car. The summer after my freshman year in college, I worked as a cook in a vegan restaurant. One day on my way home from work, I was biking past a used car lot when a certain car caught my eye. There was a crack in the windshield, it looked rather beat up and dented, and it was a Honda Civic. I test drove the car and knew almost instantly this was exactly what I had been looking for. I negotiated the price down from $2,400 to exactly $2,000, and paying literally in cash with $2,000 bills. Now, since I got this car, I knew a couple of things. One, I wasn't going to put a lot of money into it. This car was something that was probably going to break eventually. And two, this car just had to last me until I graduated. Miraculously, it basically did. Besides one minor hiccup during my sophomore year when the brake lines broke, I barely had to invest any money into the car at all. $20 set of windshield wipers here, a minor oil change there, basically nothing. But it was also a 1997 Honda Civic with 130,000 miles on it when I bought it. At 25 years old, things are bound to start happening to a vehicle like that. So, when last Wednesday I pulled into the Tim Hortons to meet with an actress who's gonna be in the new film, and I heard the car making a sound that resembled a lawnmower just a little bit too much, I knew almost instantly that something was desperately wrong. Checking under the car, I saw the exhaust system, which I have patched and repaired many times, had finally rusted out at the base. The entire thing was disconnected. Now, I'm neither disappointed nor really that upset. The car lasted its purpose. It did exactly what I wanted it to do. Could I get that exhaust system fixed? Sure, absolutely. Is it worth it for me right now in this situation? Probably not. At this point, I'm just looking to last the next couple of months until I graduate, and then I'll get a new car. I don't need anything right now. And in fact, if I could be so bold, not having a car for a moment is actually kind of nice. So getting back to the film I started shooting on Saturday. For anyone who doesn't know, Denison is built on a hill, and my apartment happens to sit quite close to the top. And the shooting location on Saturday was all the way down at the bottom. Now, the equipment I'm shooting with this year is very good, but it's not light. I ended up having to take 5 trips down and 5 trips back up the hill lugging gear. But again, I don't think I'm quite complaining. Yes, it's a lot to lug lights and cameras and tripods up and down the hill, but was it impossible? No, absolutely not. Would the shoot day have been extraordinarily better had I had a vehicle? Not really. It ended up being fine. Totally and completely fine. This thing that I thought was going to be an issue, I thought it would be a big deal, yeah, it wore me out, but it also kind of made it more fun. I felt like I was challenging myself to the game of whether or not I could actually make this movie happen. Just because the obstacles were increased didn't mean I couldn't do it. So we got the shoot day and shot 5 scenes from the film. I feel pretty good about that. When we finished the day lugging the last of the gear up into my apartment, I felt satisfied. I felt like I had done a day's work. I felt like I had gotten something done. I felt like I had really accomplished something. I wasn't irritated or annoyed or frustrated. Instead, I was feeling accomplished and satisfied and tired. I was dog tired. Does this mean I'm not going to get a car again? No. No, not by any stretch of the imagination. I'm shopping right now. But what it does mean is that I'm able to enjoy this stage of my life. I'm able to enjoy carrying boxes of gear up and down the hill. I'm able to enjoy actually putting my blood, sweat, and tears into making this project. Does this mean it's going to be a better film? I don't know. But I'm having a really good time with it, so who cares? I'm just trying to make a good movie. We'll see where that goes. Schmackers, thank you so much for watching. And Sam, I'll see you on Thursday.